Can you help provide some context just to start? What exactly does the new travel ban include, and how does it differ from previous U.S. travel restrictions?
Well, there have been many versions of the travel ban. They started in the first Trump administration, and slowly but surely over time, they've expanded. And it's clear that President Trump and his administration seeks to limit immigration generally to the United States, is taking step after step to try to narrow and limit immigration to this country. It's not only limited to the admission of lawful permanent residents, that is, immigrants who can stay here indefinitely. It also includes tourists, business visitors, and others who might want to come to the country temporarily. But the countries have expanded that are subject to the ban, and the restrictions have expanded over time. And it's consistent with an overall pattern of the Trump administration to limit migration to the United States and to limit relief for people in the United States from particular countries like Venezuela, El Salvador, Nicaragua, and Cuba.
Can you help explain what legal authority allows President Trump to impose these travel bans and limits? What legal challenges could he face?
Well, there is a provision of the Immigration and Nationality Act that allows the president to limit and restrict travel of certain groups of people when he makes a determination that's in the interests of the country to do so. And in this instance, President Trump has claimed that national security and other security concerns justify the travel restrictions. We can probably expect some legal challenges in claims that there really isn't a concern with security issues. It's just a desire to limit immigration to the United States or migration to the United States. And the latest expansion of the travel ban came after a very horrible incident involving an Afghan refugee accused of shooting and killing one National Guards member. But Afghanistan was already on the travel ban list, so it doesn't seem that the response to that incident can justify the current restrictions. So I think it's likely that we'll see some legal challenges, and the Trump administration will have to put up evidence showing that there's a security risk. Courts tend to be deferential to the president on those matters, but we'll have to see what the courts decide.
What do you think the broader geopolitical ramifications, including reactions from other countries or potential diplomatic fallout, could be?
Well, I think it's always hard to guess, but we've already seen one country that's imposed similar restrictions on travel, and we'll probably see other countries that are subject to the travel ban imposing their own bans on U.S. citizens coming to their territories or making it more difficult for U.S. to come to their nations. I think that there'll be a considerable diplomatic discussion, especially with some of the countries most directly affected. Nigeria is dramatically affected. Over 125,000 visas a year, temporary or more permanent, are granted to Nigerians. There are economic links to the United States and Nigeria. So I think there'll be discussions between the Nigerian government and the U.S. government about the restrictions on travel from Nigeria to the United States. And I think it's likely we'll see other discussions by other nations that are subject to the travel ban.
Do you think that this travel ban can be reversed or modified in the future? And what role do you think Congress or the courts or future administrations play in shaping its durability?
I think that Congress could limit the president's authority to impose bans like this. At the same time, the immigration laws give a fair amount of discretion to the president to make decisions in the name of national security of the country. I do think that diplomatic pressures may affect what the Trump administration does when it comes to these travel bans. Some countries don't have much leverage. For example, Syria, Afghanistan, and Venezuela probably don't have much sway with the Trump administration, and they're subject to the bans. Other countries may have more success in negotiating with the U.S. government. But it does seem with this administration that decisive action often prompts negotiation when it comes to things like tariffs and matters like that. So I think we'll see some discussion of that. And I think we will see legal challenges. But this order seems more detailed and specific than some of the previous ones that the courts found to be invalid. So I'm not sure what will happen in the courts on this matter.